Get ready for the adrenaline-fueled edge-of-your-seat action. The FEI Driving World Cup is back. Teamwork, precision, pure horsemanship. As the world's best four-in-hand teams go head-to-head, the goal to reach the final in Bordeaux. This is FEI Driving at its absolute best.
Parce que votre passion mérite toute notre attention. Parce que votre cheval est au cœur de votre vie. Que vous soyez professionnel ou amateur, chez Groupama, nous vous apportons des solutions d'assurance adaptées à votre activité. Pour vous et votre cheval. Parce que nous partageons les mêmes valeurs de proximité, solidarité et responsabilité. Avec Groupama, vivez pleinement votre passion.
Nobody tells you how quickly they move into your heart, or how quietly they become your whole world. They'll teach you patience without a word, courage without a question. You're not crazy. They just don't know horses like we do.
Bah oui, c'est pas mal.
Ouais.
Ouais. welcome to Lyon. Welcome, one and all, to the first leg of the 2025-2026 World Cup season for the FEI Driving World Cup. This amazing city, of course, with the fabulous architecture dating back to Roman and then Renaissance times, right the way through to the modern era, of course, marks the opening stop on the calendar for the world's best drivers. This is, without doubt, one of the most thrilling and entertaining sports in equestrianism. Delighted to be with you. My name is Gareth Jenkins and I'm alongside you here in Lyon on a nice and early Saturday morning for what is the opening drive for the FEI Driving World Cup of 2025 and 2026. It's a all-out charge, of course, with the final in Bordeaux come February of next year. Plenty of twists and turns, quite literally, between now and then. And we've got a great lineup kicking things off for this opening round. Of course, the drivers taking their turns in the competitions over the course of the season. 6 of the best coming forward here this morning, including the defending world champion. Of course, Boyd Excel is part of the lineup, but there is a host of top drivers, and it'll be fascinating to see how they come out of the blocks on the first day in the first drive. It's always a eagerly anticipated moment, and Lyon once again having that opening stage. Plenty of twists and turns and straights and runs and all out there. That course should be a very good one with the 2 sets of obstacles set out there, the bridges in, and as are all the additional cones that will see them speeding round the edge of this arena. The opening drive for the FEI Driving World Cup. This, of course, also sets them up as a qualifier for the points-paying round tomorrow. The order to which they finished in today will then create the starting order for tomorrow's big drive, and therefore the winner today goes last tomorrow in that first round. Of course, you tomorrow need to get into the top 3 to get through to the drive off. Today, a little bit different. It's one of those where all of them can go through in the at the time on. There's the man in charge of the course, Jeroen Houterman. Does such a great job every time. 2 marathon obstacles, 1 bridge, 11 cones, 4 penalty seconds is what we always know and remember. That's the cost of a cone if you have it down or you nudge any of those obstacles. This is a sport not only about speed but about absolute accuracy, and look at that for a lineup on the opening day with Benjamin Eliard, the French driver, on home soil, first to go ahead of the world number 1 Boyd Excel. Then it's the Iceman, Icebrand Chandron, the fastest lady on wheels, Anna-Marie Mier, sorry. Then it's Diris de Griek, and the last out, the Swiss star, Jérôme Boutaz. It is going to be fascinating to see how they get underway. So as I was saying, the first one, all of them go through, they wish to, but all of them go through to the drive off here this morning, and then they add the time on to that first drive. Then they're going to adjust a little bit as we go through the season, but when you get into the final, it's the same. It's top 3, go through, reset, and off you go. It is certainly going to be edge of your seat action, there's no doubt about it, as we are but a moment away from the start. The final preparations underway for the start of this quite brilliant season. That's going to see all of the amazing drivers travelling across Europe to some of the biggest shows from, of course, Stuttgart. Will be next up in a few weeks' time. Sorry, Maastricht will be next up next week, and then it'll be Stuttgart. It's coming thick and fast, is all I know. It's non-stop once it gets going. They're going to come in and have the opportunity to do a little bit of a parade, which was also good for them. They get that chance to just come in, settle down, and get ready ahead of what is the start of the day. Jérôme Boutaz is the first to join us, driving today with Flower de Guessenier, Hermes Duro, Cameron Denisien Fontaine, and Valerio. Bruno on the steps, just the Greek there as well. In Belgium with Hunter, Lyon, Caneby, and Petonian Oronella, with Kim Van Holder and Tara Wilkinson on the steps. There's Dries de Griek. Marika Meier should be in and around Germany's star. It's Icebrand.
Vice-championne actuelle que l'on reçoit, 3e mondiale, les finales Coupe du Monde et également les championnats du monde. Voici Anna Marika Meier pour l'Allemagne.
There she is. I was looking for her. You can always tell. The wheels give it away so quickly. A lovely little lineup as well. What a beautiful set of horses that is. Sunfire, Berlin, Zazu and Nero. Linda and Nicole are on the steps. There's the Iceman. Icebrand Chardon. Icebrand Chardon and Edith and Chris Van Roy on the steps. Very Phantom, Kendi, Maestro Nitsa and First One.
Et l'Australie fait son entrée ici sur cette piste.
There is Boyd, Emma Olsen, Wands Larson on the steps, and then Bagnon. Katie Duchess, Barney and Mad Max, his team today. And that will be Benjamin Alliard, the French driver. Julie Alliard, Nina Alliard on the steps, Fez, Uto, Fiasco and Famoso are the team out in front. Everybody just getting a little bit of a feel for things.
Benjamin serait ravi d'entendre les applaudissements retentir. Il a été 3 fois les championnats du monde, 6 fois finaliste de la Coupe du Monde. Benjamin Ayot pour la France.
What a way to start a Saturday morning, wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Great to have you with us live here on FEI TV. Lyon is certainly giving us plenty of high notes already this week. First opportunity we have of the indoor season, bringing together all 3 FEI World Cup disciplines. The dressage yesterday, jumping still to come tomorrow, as long with the driving over this weekend as well. And we've got it all for you live here this morning. Well, just the 2 left. Albeit, of course, eventually left with just our first to go. Benjamin Alliard, who's going to be the first out this morning, the French driver.
Et Famoso, c'est donc l'équipage français qui sera le premier à prendre
After Bordeaux, the last few years with the qualification.
Concurrence est parmi les meilleurs mondiaux, regardez. Avec l'actuel numéro 1 mondial qui sera donc le deuxième à s'élancer. L'homme aux 144 victoires aux 3 finales lyonnais, ce qui va nous quitter pour ne garder que l'équipe de France qui a tiré le numéro 1 ce matin. Public de Lyon, êtes-vous prêts à les accueillir?
I think we're getting ever closer to the start of this year's campaign. Just those final little moments. And no stranger to this series, as I say, qualifying for the last 2 World Cup finals. He'll be hoping to improve on his 6th and 7th places here last year. We saw him regularly finishing in the top 5 over the runs last year. He competed in Lyon, Maastricht, Stuttgart, London, Mecklen before getting into the final in Bordeaux. He came home in 7th place. Right. Hold tight, let's get set to go as Benjamin Alliard, the first of the drivers, up and running for France this morning, and already we are off for the 2025 FEI Driving World Cup season. 1 comes on the turn. Long run back, picking up 2, comes on the edge. Now, again, twisting on yourself back over the bridge for the first time. 3 is on the in. Got the horses in a nice rhythm out in front of him. It looks nice and even, working together so far as a team. Picks up 4 on the side. Now, in to the twists and turns of the obstacles for the first time. Right, we've gone through A, now we come to the roll back. Needs to come in through the top. There we go, through B, red on the right, white on the left. He's got a loop, he's got to come out to turn back in here to get through C. There we go. The horse is moving really nicely. They're working with him at the moment. He's taking it relatively easy, but he's trying to stay faultless. Now back on himself. That's D and E now completed. And this turn back is F. Final part of the obstacle at 5, and that was brilliant. He was nice and smooth, clean and clear, and now he pushes on. Picking up the double of cones, it comes on the angle up on the corner. Ooh, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but ultimately, I think you're going to see a 4-second penalty. Taking that cone with them. This looked like he had one of the horses sort of jump over the top of it. Through 7, that's on the corner behind the obstacles. And then all the way back to the bridge. It's a long old run here. You can really let them open up, pick up the pace, up and down the bridge they go. 9 again comes on the turn, cutting off the corner here before you roll back into the next set of obstacles. Now interestingly here at 10, the course designers built half the obstacles on one side of the bridge and the other half of the obstacles on the other side of the bridge, which is certainly giving the drivers, I would have thought, a little bit to think about. So we've gone through A, we've gone through B, now they have to come to the other side to go through C. It's a little 360 down towards D. Then you come back on yourself to E, but the final obstacle again is on the other side, so you've got to come. In he goes, and that is F. You've got to catch a little bit of a chicane to get yourself out and off and running again into the home straight. So, back through, he's gone through the double of cones at 11. Now he picks up the corner at 12. It's going to be the final gate at 13. He's done a tremendous job here. Whatever the time is, he's only had 4 seconds to add. The cleaner and clearer you can drive, the stronger your round is going to be. He's down and over the line in a final time of 100. Oh gosh, that all happened so quick it came off the screen. But well done. There we go. 182.65 is the time. And it's 178, therefore, but it's got those 4 seconds to add for Benjamin Elliott. I was impressed with that. What a start. Of course, the speed is going to be important. As we get into this, they're going to have to look to go faster and faster and faster. And see how hard the back step's working as well. Really pushing down, trying to move and hold where they can, and of course the brake operator, also navigator. So, first time of the year is up, 182.65. Now, to the best in the business. No other way of looking at it really, is there? Back on top of the World Cup podium in Bordeaux this year, of course, when he reclaimed the title. And so many great moments in this man's career. Boyd Excel, the world #1. He just has the magic touch, there isn't any question about it. Of course, he left Lyon last year, back-to-back wins on both days. He won the qualifier and he won the World Cup rounds, and he set himself on his way to another brilliant season. I think the only time last year he really came undone was in Stockholm, but apart from that, he was just flying all year. And here we go. What is so amazing with these horses is the simple brilliance of pace that they have, the confidence to gallop. Of course, now these horses are the different ones to what you'll have seen him using on the outdoor season. A little bit more compact. And you've also got to remember these horses now have been training for months, getting ready for the indoor season and the run now. He's got this amazing eye and feel, and it's just having that great understanding with the horses. It's like they instinctively know where they're meant to go, but of course that comes from control. Yet when you watch him at the reins, he's so fast yet so gentle, and look at the back step there. Wons Larsen really just giving things a little bit of a nudge, hopping and Trying to move the vehicle where he needs to. Oh, absolutely sensational. He flies out of there in 69.70 seconds. He's already showing us an absolute masterclass, and it's only the opening leg of the season in the FEI Driving World Cup. Right, Boyd Excel. Starting as he means to go on. What a brilliant performance now. Hugging the turn. And then again, this team of four, Banyok, Katie Dutchers, Barney, Mad Max, showing such pace up and over the bridge. Blowing the time of Ben Alliard away. And then you see the control. The way he was coming in to the first obstacle. And just asked him to steady up. And they just listened to him. Look at those leaders doing exactly what it says on the tin, taking the lead. The Wheelers bringing the power. Now he's going to have that little chicane where he's going to have to go in and out on the corner once again to match through F, and not much of a chicane. He made it more of a straight. That was brilliant from Boyd as he now gets into the final run round here to set the opening time. Importantly for him as well, he's going to start the 2025-2026 season with his opening drive so far being a clean one as well. Neat and tidy, absolute excellence. The FEI Driving World Cup champion of Bordeaux this year starts in flying form as he gets on the road to defend the title in Bordeaux next year. That was absolutely brilliant. Well, there we go, 165.96. Normal service resumes from the best. It's down to the others to catch him. And the great thing, we've said it each and every time in this year, over the last few years in this sport, when you have somebody who's as good as Boyd, yes, I mean, one, it's a pleasure to watch, and it makes the life difficult for all the other drivers, but what it's done is lift the level. You know, we've got some excellent drivers. I mean, this man is an absolute legend in his own lifetime as well. Of course, the Dutch star, Isbrand Chardon. But of course, across the business, across the globe, having a driver like Boyd, pushing them all. And Boyd has had to keep improving because he knows the others keep finding their way to catch him up. And as good and as dominant as he is, on occasions, you know, the others all are exceptional. Pushing him harder and harder, and it's got tighter. This man knows exactly what the World Cup finally did so in 2016, but he's pretty more times than I count. He was qualified last year as well for this year for the final. So, Edith Chardon and Chris Van Rooij are on the steps. For every Phantom Kendi Meister Mit's first one, it's the opening drive for the Dutch star. He was the partner, the driver that last year gave Boyd a very close run here over the 2 days in Lyon to take second place in both drives. Ticking on as he comes round. Begin to hear him a little bit now. I mean, there is that constant level of communication as well. Of course, it's not just done by the reins, it is also very intuitively done by the voice as well, constantly giving those directions, and you'll see how the horses constantly react and they're listening to the driver. Oh, I mean, again, it's just a magical moment watching drivers of this caliber going through obstacles. The understanding and control is just something special, and look at this team of greys working as a unit. coming back towards the bridge for the second time, the up and over. 4 seconds down on the clock. Still looking to go comfortably into second if he can keep this run, but I think it's going to be important to all the drivers in this opening day here in Lyon, because it's the first leg of the season. I think that ability just to get a confidence boosting drive in. You can train a lot at home, but there's nothing that prepares you for the full competition like actually getting in there, getting out there and doing it. Yeah, he's lost a little bit there. He struggled just to re-angle, just reset a little bit. Sport course, when time is involved, where momentum becomes such a key part, when you have those little wobbles and you can just feel a fraction of a second running away from you. But I tell you what, at the moment, he'll be over the moon, I'm sure, with the fact that he's still clear. So will he end up getting? He's not going to be that far off Boyd. A pretty strong start from the Iceman as he comes down the line and crosses it. Well, 173.30. He's well clear of Ben, but he's also 8 seconds behind Boyd. So he's such a, you can see straight away looking back, going, well, could have done this, could have done that, and he'll know in his own brain exactly where he needs to try and make up time. I mean, Boyd's horses were so fast across the floor, and I mean that does make a difference. But as I say, we're seeing some brilliant driving. I mean, 3 gone, 1 4-second penalty is all we've had so far, and there's still 3 to go in the opening drive. All of them going through to the drive-off, times added on in that drive. The best from Germany, the world number 3, Anne-Marie Meyer from Germany, fastest lady in the sport. Linda Tondon and Nicole Billemier on the steps, with Sunfire, Ferdinand Zazu and Nero out in front. Drifting away round the corner. Now bringing the horses back and getting set for the obstacles. In we go through A. Now back on yourself. Roll in through the top. B. C. D. That's E. Then through F, and that's that tick in the box. Superb as well. Nice. Horse is pulling away. Again, you can see how they're working together as a unit, all 4 of them. Lovely big open stride that these horses have. They're going to be down on the split. It'll be interesting to see where they compare to the Iceman. Well, they're a little bit down on his time as well. There we go, just bringing them back, keeping that level of control. She goes through A. Through B, and then you swap sides, coming through C, then down the bottom through D, come back here, you can see the letter E, and then round the corner. Just got to slide their way through the gap. Neat and tidy, and again letting the horses pick up the pace as she does it. Pushing on towards the finish. Is she going to be quick enough to... No, she's not quite going to beat Ben, so she's going to go fourth. But, you know, again, there is nothing to add. And that in itself is quite a feat. So, Anna going into fourth place, 185.75. I just think it's been remarkable so far. 4 gone, 1 4-second penalty. That's it. 2 still to go. Belgium and Switzerland. Dries de Griek. Kim van Holder, Tara Wilkinson on the steps. Hunter, Lyon, Kane B, and Napoleon Conanella. It's the man that pushed, of course, Boyd all the way at the World Cup final in Bordeaux last season. Ended up with his best ever result to claim second place. He's certainly going to try and push all the way again this season. Very good start indeed, and you can see this little team of 4 of the front leaders really scampering along, aren't they? You can see that both of them really keen just to keep moving forward, looking for the next obstacle. Dries de Griek, I think, trying to put together a very fast start to the season here. Straight from the off, going to try and make sure that he keeps Boyd under a bit of pressure. Look at the very grooms on the back, on the steps, leaning in, keeping the weight balanced. Right, into the next set of obstacles we go. Round and round. It's a case of ever increasing circles, one this way, then that way. It's like a mad spirograph once you get into these obstacles. Brilliant drive from Belgium at the moment. I'm not saying it's going to challenge that leading time, but I'm really impressed with the way this has started for Dries de Griek and his team. He's not going to be massively far off. Whether he's fast enough, the challenge is to be quicker than IJsbrand. And he is, surely, 170.90. He's gone 3 seconds or so faster than IJsbrand, so into second place. You know, he's 5 seconds away from Boyd. I think he looks pretty pleased with the way that's gone. I think he should be. Again, didn't at any point look to be taking any unnecessary risk. that the pace was there. Well, been some brilliant driving so far. Now the turn of Jérôme Boutaz. Come on, Jérôme, keep it up. I'm sure he will. The Swiss driver, Nicole and Bruno, on the steps. Flower de Gisnier had with that, but it is Boyd Excel that leads after the opening drive. Heritage de Greek, Isprel Chardon, Benjamin Elliard and Marika Meyer and Jérôme Boutaz. 165.96 at the top. He's got a little bit of an advantage, but who knows what will happen? We'll find out when we go again in the drive off very, very soon. Back with you in a moment.
Get ready for the adrenaline-fueled edge-of-your-seat action. The FEI Driving World Cup is back. Teamwork, precision, pure horsemanship. As the world's best four-in-hand teams go head-to-head, the goal to reach the final in Bordeaux. This is FEI Driving at its absolute best.
Let's go, girls.
Well, let's go. It's time for the drive-off. Adding on the times from the first drive, they come back in reverse order. Jerome Boutin's first to go. Then it's Anna Marijke Meyer. Then it's Ben Aliard. Icebran Chardon, Dries de Geek, and the last out, Boyd Excel. Boyd's got a 5-second advantage starting out in this one, so he's got a gate in hand if he does have a problem. We'll wait and see, though, what occurs in this drive. Jerome, as I said at the time, he was quick in the first drive. It was the seconds added in that has cost him. Otherwise, he'd have been sat in second place. Now, there are two gates that have been removed. They both come in the obstacles. 5B is gone and 10C is gone. So little adjustments they're going to need to make when they get in to those obstacles for the drive. But again, look how quick, firing from the start here with the Swiss driver and his team of four. So sliding on the turn. Look, it's beautifully done. Oh, I say that, he almost overshot it. He got it into such a nice drift. It was really working for him. It's just mesmerising when they are going that fast. Right, here we go. So A, there's no B. As he picked up 4, he has. He comes back on himself to C, and then it's onwards as it was before. That's E. And this turn back through the gates, that's F, where the leaders have just gone through. So now he's clear, and on he goes, pushing fourth. Kept it tidy. Literally got centimetres, and not many of them on either side of your wheels when you go through the cones. You've got to keep things absolutely lined up. Up and down the bridge we go. This big arena really does allow these horses to use some of the pace that they've got. So we come to the second set of obstacles. Through A. Then through B. Now you do not go through C, so they've got to come to the bottom and find D. That's D. And then twist back to E. And then they come out of there, and then they run to the corner. He's got 8 seconds to add in this drive. Combined times, total times, it's all timed on the screen for you as we get started. The main obstacles are out the way. It is a simple case, there's nothing simple, but it is a case of just driving to the finish now. You can see actually he's just steadied things up a little bit as he comes into the home stretch. This is, of course, didn't get a massive break between drives either with the way that worked out. 360.06. So 8 seconds to add in that drive, but it's a total of 360.06. And as I say, so what do you get? 16 in the first, 8 in that. So obviously carrying quite a hefty penalty. 24 of those seconds were added in by the errors. So you can see what I mean. He almost overdrifted the turn, but he recovered it. It was there where you catch that, and it's just a nudge, and 4 seconds adds on. Either way, the first time is up, and now it's Anna's turn. Anna Mareike Meyer, Germany, go. The bell to say things are all set and it's time to get underway. You can see these horses just look elegant, don't they? Well, she's had an early 4 seconds to add, unfortunately. Now back towards the obstacles. Still just the 4 to add. Ooh, getting a little bit wide. Coming back through C. Turns up through D. Now safely through E. Well, neat and tidy still. Just the 4 from that earlier error, but it's still going well beyond that. Second set of obstacles. Ooh, little bit of a wobble needed. It's just this team just takes sometimes just to take a little bit of a moment just to get the power down. Leaders just needing that extra second or two to react. You'll see when you see the likes of Boyd's team coming, just how fast they are. They're hitting the accelerator when they need to. But again, Anna has only got 4 seconds to add. Beyond that, she's driven a brilliant round to keep it neat and tidy. There's just not quite had the speed that she would have perhaps wanted. And that time, 3:64.69, of course 4 seconds added in, goes into second place. She is just a little bit slower, even with the seconds added in, than Jérôme Dutens, who for at least the moment stays as the best so far. Benjamin Alliard now, the French driver, is good to go. Just at the 4 seconds to add on in the opening drive. What could he do in the second one? Fez, Brulto, Fiasco, Famoso. Those your teams, or the team of horses. And then Magli Alliard, Nuno Alliard on the steps in the groom's positions as France cheers him on. The horses up into a lovely rhythm. They're really working again very nicely and moving. Cantering in unison, in fact. Gets back through C. He's able to make a nice hook turn. A little bit of a judder, lost a tiny little bit of momentum, but has otherwise kept that vehicle moving. This was the gate he had a problem at in the first drive, but he's clear on the second one. You can see Magali on the back, acting as navigator, then leaning over hard, putting the balance in. Heading back to the bridge for the second time and looking really good at the moment. Right, A and B out the way. Swap sides, round to the other side of the bridge we go. There we go, through D. And then this is E. Back to the other side. You can see as well, Magali there just making a little bit of an adjustment as she comes out of the obstacles with the brake bias, allowing Ben just to keep his eye on the road and keep this team working well. And that is exactly what he's done so far. Coming towards the final set of obstacles, or the final gate, and he's now kept it clean on this drive. There's going to be nothing to add as he crosses the line in 3:47.14. We have a new leader. Benjamin Alliard for France jumps to the top. That was neat, it was tidy. And a real confidence boosting type of drive you would feel. 3 have gone and 3 still to go. That was the moment, of course, he was just a little offline in the first drive, but he's certainly had no trouble, no bother in this one. So 3:47.14 is your combined time to beat. As we get going with IJsbrand Chardon. Ido Chardon and Chris Van Rooij on the steps. Favourite Phantom Kendi, Maestro Mitzler and First One are the team of greys that stand in front of him. They look so beautiful, don't they? The hard work, you think of the hours. We say it every time, but it is just worth reminding you the preparation that goes in to these vehicles, to the horses. I'm just talking about presentation, not just the work. The work of preparing their fitness is another story altogether, but you think to turn them out looking so well, getting them platted and ready, getting all that harness so sparkling clean, all the chrome looking so... the hours they spend. Right, here we go. Very close between IJsbrand and Dries as well, who's next to come. It's going to be a tight battle, and they're going to want to be there to pick up the problems, if any do come the way to Boyd Excel. You can see again he's able to keep that momentum, giving them plenty of warning, those leaders. He's got them turning back on. You look at a moment like that and look at, he'll do it again here. So look, the leaders are facing absolutely the opposite way to the vehicle, because he's already got them turned through 180 degrees versus where the vehicle is. I mean, and then they pull through. Sand flying everywhere. You wouldn't want to be too close to the side of this arena. You're getting a face full of sand.
She wants to shine forever inside. She is so driven, she's always mine. Cleanly and free, she wants you to be a part of
He's up on the clock, and so he should be. He's keeping it neat and tidy, and he's got his team in the palm of his hand at the moment. Ooh. He was almost just having a little overshoot, but he corrected it as rapidly as the problem started to occur. He was very instinctive. It's all about speed now. It's all about the run. 3:47.14 is the time to beat. Surely he's got that in his pocket. He started off on day one of the season with 2 crystal clear drives, and he goes into first place for the moment. IJsbrand Chardon leads 3:31.92 on the clock, nothing to add. His hat comes off, he salutes this crowd, they salute him. How fast does that end up being compared to the 2 that are yet to come? Yeah, look at that. I mean, how fast on the reins, but look at him as well. There's just, he gives them up and lets them run. There was nip and tuck between the top, well, between second and third at least, at the end of the opening drive, so it's going to be nip and tuck in this. Pressure's on for the world number 4. Dries de Greek for Belgium, Kim van Hulder, Tara Wilkinson, the grooms on the steps, Hunter, Lyon, Caneby. and Napoleon Nato Conella. He'll be feeling a little bit of pressure, I'm sure. Not only pressure to beat Icebrand's time, but he'll be looking to try and do what he did last season and from time to time was able to pressure Boyd. He's looked to be struggling a little bit as he came into that turn, but he's recovered it. He did pick up 4. He did lose a little bit of the control that he had early on. The leader's just got away from him slightly. Those front two very feisty. Really trying to work out exactly which way they're going. There we go. And you can see again that acceleration that this team have. The leader's really putting the power in now. Right, back on himself up to B we go. Avoid C and just go straight to D. Now, just be a little bit careful as he cuts through the corner, and now he can run again. Still got cones he needs to concentrate on through the double at 11. 2 more gates left, make that 1. Just the 4 to add. 3:31.92 is the time to beat. Keep an eye. It's going to be tight. He's just a little bit behind. Those 4 seconds look like they might have cost him. As he goes over the line, they have indeed cost him. 3:35.27 versus 3:31.92. If you took the 4 away, you can see the time on the left would have been 3:31.27. So he would have managed by a few tenths of a second to get himself ahead of Icebrand, but unfortunately 4 seconds added in, and it is thanks to that little moment. And it wasn't even a live gate, it was one of the gates he'd already driven through, first gate. But it all counts. 4 seconds is the score and into second place, so it's a guaranteed top 3. One to go. I'm loving the gold plate on the helmets of the World Cup holders in the FEI driving.
I had the wildest dream last night. In Ibiza, right across from Ushuaia, there was a fucking DJ in the bathroom.
It's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. It's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. Get the fuck, get the fuck. It's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. It's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. Get the fuck up. We're going to high. Let's go.
Let's Go Racing is Boyd Excel.
Let's go.
It is the world number 1 that goes racing to try to find his way to the top in the opening drive of 2025-2026 season. And he's absolutely on a mission to set the standard on day 1. Banyok, Katie Duchess, Barney, Mad Max, Emma Olsen and Warren Larson on the steps. Round and round the merry-go-round, in and out the gates we go, and so far so good for Boyd Excel. And again, it is very quick as these horses instinctively do what they know, which is when Boyd says go, that's exactly what they do. See again on the back, the steps working hard now. Round we come. He'll head towards the gates of the second set of obstacles. Well, that's not going to count for anything, but he did manage to take a flap hot with him. Round and round we go, twists and turns.
Up, we're going to high. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Going to high. Let's go.
He is on a mission to set the standard and get his ball rolling for this year, and remind them all that if you want to try and beat the best, it's going to be a very, very tough job to do so, because the world number one starts off as number one in dominant style on the opening day of competition in Lyon. Boyd Excel flies to the top, 3:20.57 seconds to, of course, win the opening drive and set himself up perfectly. Look at that, straight over to give his horses a little pat. They all understand each other so very, very well. Brilliant start to the FEI Driving World Cup. Apologies as well for the music. It is not something within our control. It comes directly as a feed from the arena here in Lyon. So, it's a start. Boyd Excel to the top. Is Branchardon taking second, and Is de Greek makes the podium in third. The best is still at the top as we get set for the presentations. Boyd Excel 3:20.57 across the two drives. What a gap. 3:31.92 back to Ice Branchardon. It'll be close tomorrow, and of course the drive off, it'll resets to zero. Is de Greek taking the third place, and I mean his 4 seconds was what cost him second place here, so we know how tight that is. Ben Alliard has got the pace. He's finishing in fourth. Brilliant drive from the Frenchman. Jerome Vutas, talking of getting the pace, that man, if he can eliminate the mistakes, will be right up there with the top two as well. And Anne-Marie Camat just sort of getting her eye and settling the horses in here today, and more pace I'm sure to come tomorrow as well. Well, we'll prepare now for the presentation of awards, and then we'll focus our attention on tomorrow's FEI Driving World Cup. The points are paid out on a Sunday here in Lyon, and it's the points that they've come looking for. It all builds towards then qualifying for that final in Bordeaux come February of next year. We'll take a moment, and then we come back to the presentation of awards.
This is FEI driving at its absolute best.
Well, we're getting set for the presentation of awards. Here they come. Led in by the winner. Once again, he knows his way. Straight back to the centre. Second and third, Ijsbrand, Chardon and Ristagrik. Into the line they come, and it is presentation time. All of them now just looking so chilled out, aren't they? Very relaxed. Once more, it will be Australia fair, as the Australian yet again dominates and takes the top spot. Time for the national anthem as we prepare to honour and celebrate our winner on day one. Once more, Australia's Boyd Excel. Will you be there tomorrow? You'll have to tune in to find out when we, of course, pay the points for the opening leg of the season. But he's certainly going to always start as favourites. But he isn't unbeatable. We all know that. As good as he is, he's forced the others to continually step up and up through their own levels. He pushes them harder. And it means he has to get better himself. Beautiful shot, lovely presentation, trophy going there to the number one. It'll only take one little moment and either of these other two drivers can easily be snapping at his heels and beat the man. In second place it goes to Ijsbrand Chardon. Well done to the Dutch driver. Not many with the man, the amount of experience that he brings to any team of horses. And again, right up there. Second in the World Cup last year was this driver from Belgium, Ristagrik. He's certainly one of those that has it in him to chase down the great man. Bar 1 4-second penalty today, it would have been he in second place. Awfully tight. And we'll see what tomorrow brings here in Lyon. What a start it has given us, though. The 2025-2026 World Cup season for driving is very much now in gear and underway. Photo time down there. Plenty more coming over the rest of today and into tomorrow. Of course, building towards the FEI Driving World Cup tomorrow and the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup legs tomorrow, but today we've also got the FEI Ponies Trophy alongside some 5-star sport. Well, very sensibly, they're putting a helmet on it, and one of our dignitaries, our guests, our sponsors, is going to take a little journey. It's time for the lap of honour. Enjoy the run round. Thank you for being with us here on FEI TV bright and early on a Saturday morning. It was certainly worth getting up for, to see that man in action, to see them all in action. Make sure you join us again tomorrow where the points are paid out for the first leg of the FEI Driving World Cup. Here we go. The season very much going once more. Enjoy the lap of honour. My name's Gareth Jenkins. I'll be back with you all a little later.
me a triple saver. Take me higher to your lever. When you spread your wings like that, you can bring me back to reality. Malaika, what you do to me? You look so beautiful, Evani. Malaika, what you do to me? Malaika, 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 what you do to me? You look so beautiful, Evani. Malaika, what you do to me? Malaika, Malaika. Malaika, look what you did to me. Spread your wings so evenly. I just want make you the reason me. I don't want us to ever be history. Angel, you made a promise to me. We'll go far away, you will live with me. Spread your wings beautifully. 11, I'm wishing on time. Even when you fly low, you look so blind. Girl, I'm willing to give you my life. Girl, I'm giving you all that is mine. You are my property, this is my right. When you fly low, you look so blind. Girl, I'm willing to give you my life. Girl, I'm giving you all that is mine. Malaika, what you do to me? You look so beautiful, Evali. Malaika, what you do to me? Malaika, 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 what you do to me? You look so beautiful, Evali. Malaika, what you do to me? Malaika, 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 what you do to me? You look so beautiful, Evali. Malaika, what you do to me? Malaika, 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 what you do to me? You look so beautiful, Evali, so heavenly. Malaika, what you do to me? Malaika, Malaika. I know you think that I shouldn't still love you or tell you that. But if I didn't say it, well, I'd still have felt it. Where's the sense in that? I promise I'm not trying to make your life harder or return to where we were. I will go down with this shit, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. I know I left too much mess and distraction to come back again. And I caused nothing but trouble. I understand if you can't talk to me again. And if you live by the rules of it's over, then I'm sure that that makes sense. I will go down with this shit, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. And when we meet, which I'm sure we will, all that was there will be there still. I'll let it pass and hold my tongue, and you will think that I moved on. I will go down with this shit, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. I will go down with this shit, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. I will go down with this shit, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will